Time to do some unboxing again. This summer has literally felt like Christmas with all these packages arriving all the time. First, Nanlite sent me all these amazing lights, and now SIRUI has decided to send me the 35mm anamorphic lens. Here it is, the 35 anamorphic lens. Now, last January, I did a review of its older brother, the 50mm lens, and already back then, I was super impressed with the build quality of these lenses. Just when you feel them, you can tell that this is not just some cheap plastic lens, but this is built really well. I loved the image quality that came out of this lens, the crazy nice little flares, the oval bokeh, and then this really nice, smooth manual focus ring. So that was really nice about this lens. The only downside, or I think challenge for my style of filming is that a 50mm lens on a micro four thirds camera, which the lens is made for, is essentially a 100mm lens. And I'm not used to shooting with really long lenses. I'm much more comfortable with wider lenses. So when I heard that SIRUI is gonna create the 35mm lens, I was excited. It's gonna be wider than what it is before, and it's most likely gonna have that same build quality as the older lenses. So let's just open this up. There's nothing like opening a fresh package. This packaging looks like something from Apple or something. So clean, so nice. Accessories right here, and then the lens. It's in some packaging as well, so let's open up this. Ooh, look at that. Now I have the 50mm and the 35mm SIRUI anamorphic lens. Once again, really nice build quality. You can just feel that this is a solid lens. It's got a nice manual focus ring as well. It has the ring for aperture, so you can just smoothly change the aperture if you need to adjust exposure a little bit. And like anamorphic lenses, it's got that crazy looking front. I have a friend coming over today to the studio. We're gonna shoot some cool B-roll of him playing with cards. He is a magician, my friend Tuomo. So let's go test out this lens and get some epic B-roll. He has arrived, the magician of all magicians, my friend Tuomo. He's here in the office. Hey Tuomo.
Hello.
How do you feel being back on the channel? The first time actually on the channel.
Yeah, good.
So guys, how did you enjoy those card tricks by my friend Tuomo? I think we ended up getting some pretty nice cinematic footage, you know, those nice blue flares and that epic slow motion. That whole B-roll sequence was filmed on the GH5 and the SIRUI 35mm anamorphic lens with a f1.8. I decided to bust out the good old GH5 so that I could film 4K 60 frames per second and then 1080 120 frames per second. And boy, did it look good. So in this video, I'm not gonna go over what an anamorphic lens is because most likely if you click this video, you already know what anamorphic lens is and you're interested to know whether or not you should invest in an anamorphic lens like the SIRUI 35mm anamorphic lens. As well, when I reviewed the SIRUI 50mm anamorphic lens, I already talked all about what anamorphic lenses are, what they do, what the perks they are. So I'll make sure to card it up here so you can check that out if you are new to anamorphic lenses, if you don't really know what the hype is all about when it comes to anamorphic lenses. So my thoughts on the SIRUI 35mm anamorphic lens. If you like the 50mm lens, you like the good build quality, you like the epic flares, you like the cinematic look of this lens, you're gonna love the 35mm lens because it's just as good build quality, just as good flares coming out of it, the cinematic quality of the lens, and the price, they're all the same. So really what you're getting by getting this lens is just a wider perspective, which for me was really refreshing because when I filmed with the 50mm lens on a micro four thirds camera, it's really tight. But then when you film the 35mm, it's a lot wider already, which worked for my workflow and my style of filmmaking. Being a bit wider of a lens, I found it much easier to get closer and to get those really nice cinematic shots. When I was filming Thume, I really noticed that I was able to just get way closer to him than I would have been with the 50mm lens. So if you are interested in getting the SIRUI 35mm anamorphic lens, I have good news for you because they are actually launching today. So you can click the Indiegogo link from SIRUI in my description and you can order straight from there. Alright guys, go and enjoy some shopping and buy yourself the anamorphic lens to get those epic flares. Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed the epic B-roll filmed with the SIRUI 35mm lens. If you are new to the channel and you're not yet subscribed, just click that subscribe button so you can be part of this community. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video.